To begin with, Francis Boucher was born on September 29, 1703, Paris, France. He was a French painter, draughtsman, and etcher, and his movement was in the Rococo era. He created soft pastel paintings in beautiful surfaces and sensual bodies that were highly prized by the French allegorical, such as the Toilet of Venus, the Triumph of Venus, and Venus Consoling Love. He was highly adept to marketing his work, providing designs for all manner of decorative arts, from porcelain to tapestry. Boucher's instance as painterly surface and adaptation of a high-toned palette, favoring blues and pinks, that was well suited for Rococo interiors and interiors. Boucher was no less prolific or varied as a draftsman. Drawings played a multitude of roles in the preparation of paintings and as designs for printmakers, as well as being created as finished works of art for the growing market of collectors. For his major canvases, Boucher followed standard studio practices of the time, working out of the overall composition and then making chalk studies for individual figures or groups of figures. The Toilet of Venus, painted by Francois Boucher, is an oil-on-canvas painting. This piece was painted in 1751, just 1 year after Madame de Pompadour, Mistress King Louis, had the starring role in a play of the very same name, which was staged at the luxurious place of Versailles. The young woman in the painting is not Madame de Pompadour. The reference was likely not lost on Boucher's wealthy patronage. She commissioned many works from Boucher, including this piece, which is a decorative panel in her elaborate bathroom. This painting is an excellent example of the Rococo style. The serious procolum explanation, from the sumptuous gold furnishings, the cheeky cherubim that dress the hair, and the pastoral setting, all recognizable elements. Boucher is one of the most famous painters in this style, and in fact, one of the most celebrated artists in the 18th century. This piece resides now at the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York, and is a highlight of their permanent collection. The Triumph of Venus, 1740, is an oil-on-canvas painting. The goddess Venus emerges from the sea, carried aloft on a wave upon a mother-of-pearl shell and surrounded by admirers. The gods float among dolphins and doves, sweet cupids floating above them. Boucher's Triumph of Venus is an archetype of Rococo style. Just as the other painting I first summarized, that was another Rococo style that he did. From the mythological subject that is playfully imbued in eroticism to the cool, pallid, dynamic, paradiddle composition and the series of interlocking arabesques. The painting is a celebration of love and lust, the senses of flesh and figures rendered in modulations of creams and pinks. The female figure at left seems to throw back her head in ecstasy. A white dove perched suggestively between her legs. In conclusion, all these paintings share one similar aspect, not just the fact that they're from the Rococo style, but they all have something inspired behind their stories. For example, by the time of Boucher's death, the Rococo style had fallen out of favor among critics and artists alike. Boucher's name would quickly become synonymous with the outmoded, immoral lifestyle associated with the ancient reign. As our historian David Wakefield writes, of all the painters of the French 18th century, Boucher has perhaps suffered the worst fate at the hands of posterity. In his day, he was recognized as a master and eulogized as the painter of the graces. His paintings was from the man who best understood the female body, and that's what all these paintings have something similar with each other. Every single woman painting has completely gathered the right and formal events of the woman's aspect and skilled artist of the 18th century.